Hello there from Buren Bay, Lowell here. I'm on shore because this arrived. I lost one of the oar handles for Mitsu's tender, and it's been very difficult getting out to my boat, which is 500 strokes away is what I've counted out in the middle of the bay. I'm in writing season at the moment, having come back from the journey for my book, Journey Beyond the Blue Zone. I'm going to do a longer video coming up with some news about me, news about Wahine, and news about this channel. I just want to make sure my thoughts are gathered together and I'm very clear and succinct and simple as to some new directions. That will come up later, but right now I'm enjoying writing season here in Buren Bay, and I'll leave you just with a visit we made to Roundabout II last night. Heather and Egbert invited us over for dinner, so Mitsu paddled over from his yacht, which is over there, and I rode in from mine. And we had a delightful green curry on board Roundabout II. So talk to you again soon. Bye. Thank you, Heather.
Off here, so you should be able to see the sail through that, but it's too hot here, so we've never actually had it on.
So it's a Moody 40.
This is a Moody 40, yeah.
Right.
And we have screen inserts as well for our
Right.
compressors.
I didn't film during dinner, but it was delicious green curry. It struck me as I was talking to them that because they've been in Japan before and now they've returned as cruisers, they may have some helpful tips and insights for incoming visitors and cruisers in terms of just shopping and buying food at a supermarket or convenience store. So I asked to talk to them the next day. This is what they had to say. Thank you for dinner.
Hi, I'm Egbert.
And I'm Heather.
And we're from Canada. We're on Roundabout II. It's our little 40-foot Moody. We sailed her here from Malaysia, having traveled all the way around Borneo once. And now we're finally where we wanted to come when we first bought the boat, and that's Japan. We were here over 30 years ago as ALTs, assistant language teachers, working in the public school system. We were on a little tiny island called Sado.
Well, I think you've got to eat rice when you're in Japan, obviously. It's available in various sizes of bags. It's pretty easy to cook even without a rice cooker. Something that we really like is onigiri from Japan, which is like the Japanese version of a sandwich. They take rice and make it into kind of a hard ball, and usually there's a filling with fish or various different components, so you can pick and choose what works for you. And those are usually found at almost every convenience store for relatively inexpensive. There is a bit of a trick to it. You have to start at one corner and peel around and then pull the two sides apart, and then it all sort of self-wraps in the seaweed there. So,
But all Japanese packaging, somewhere there is a spot that you can easily open it. It's just sometimes it's a little harder to find than others. And those onigiris, triangular shaped, wrapped in seaweed, filled with anything from chicken to fish to egg. We've seen pork, we've seen steak. So sometimes just get your Google Translate out, figure out what's on the inside. We loved them when we were taking them for biking or hiking. Just throw them in the bottom of your pack and they're good anytime. The drink vending machines here, they've always been awesome. You can get hot or cold coffee any time of the year from a vending machine. Some of the drinks that we find here that we don't have back home, where there was Karu and Pocari Sweat, and neither of which is actually offensive to drink. They just sound really odd, and I strongly encourage you to give it a try. Pocari Sweat is just kind of an isotonic type replenishment drink. Karu is a milk, I think. You can get milk tea, you can get straight English black tea, all the drinks and all the cans you could possibly imagine. And then right next to it will be the vending machines with all the liquor readily available to anybody that's looking for any of that.
So people who love bread might find it a little bit challenging to find like a whole grain bread or something like that, but there is pretty decent bread available in Japan. And the other thing that I would highly recommend is when you're traveling about Japan, if you see a JA farmers market, JA is Japan Agriculture, and they grow the best fruit and vegetables in Japan. You'll never be disappointed with the fruit and vegetables that you buy here. They're a little bit pricey, but it's definitely a premium product.
If you get to a bigger center, you're going to find that the large department stores have grocery stores downstairs. And lots of times they'll have everything, including import food section. So if you're looking for some of that fancy green Thai curry mix, you're going to find that there. You're going to find your peanut butter, all those things. Cornflakes, sort of a staple in the larger centers. And in the large enough centers, they do actually have sort of discount fruit. So it won't be 100% perfect, but it's going to be way less than some of the places you can find at the premium center.
We found most places will accept a credit card, but you do probably want to check that out as you go in, because there will be places where they only want to take cash. And sometimes it's till specific as well. Self-checkout's very common, and you can use either cash or credit card at most of those machines.
Very different to 30 years ago when you were here.
Yes,
Much
very
so,
much
yeah.
so.
Yeah, self-checkout now. You can click English right at the very beginning, even in some of these little remote communities. And so if you help you to find those individual products. The cash usually goes into right there under the machine. Sometimes you'll shopping at the JA, the cashier rings you all through and then tells you to go someplace else to pay, and you take all your stuff to ticket wicket number 6 and you put in your cash there. So yeah, it's been interesting. A little scary at first, I can imagine, for people that don't have any language ability, but it's so easy to pick up on once you've done it once or twice, and then it sort of just makes sense and it's comfortable, and it's like, why don't we do this at home?
I think most cruisers do it anyways, but bring your own bags,
Right.
unless you want to pay for bags, and there's enough plastic packaging in Japan, you probably don't want to do that. And also when you go through the supermarket, it's usually self-pack, or quite frequently, so they'll put your items back into your cart or basket, and you take them to a side counter to pack them into your bag, so you're out of the way of the next customer.
So thank you for standing in the rain and answering the questions. And you're off tomorrow.
We're off tomorrow, yeah.
Heading north.
And where are you now?
We are in Amami Island. It's one of the most beautiful places we've been in Japan so far. It's very beautiful here.
Bon voyage. Thank you for watching, everybody. I can now row out more easily out to Wahine, those 500 strokes, now that I have that replacement oar holder in. Big thanks to Heather and Egbert for the tips that they gave to incoming cruisers, and fair winds to them as they sail up the Japan coast and go back to Sado Island, where they were 30 years ago as assistant English teachers. I will be bringing a video shortly. I'm working on it now. 3 important announcements about me, about the boat, and about this sailing channel. Just making sure I have everything right and that I've thought it all through and finished my consultations with various people regarding the decisions that I've made. So have a great day, everybody. If you're interested in the book that I'm writing, please check it out in the description of this video. It's called A Journey Beyond the Blue Zone. Thanks very much. Remember, it's never too late.